Hello, dear students. Let us see the concept of serializability in this video. Now, serializability is a chapter which is going to go for a very long time now, because serializability is a concept which is very, very important in concurrent schedules. You already know what is concurrent schedule from the past videos. Let us say S is the schedule. S is the name of the schedule, and it has three transactions, T1, T2, T3. Now you watch that this T1 is reading A, writing A, but in between read and write, in between this read and write operation of T1, T2 is also reading A. So that's why we call this as concurrent schedule. Or you can see that there is a write A operation even in T2, and then T3 has read A, write A. So this has clearly three transactions, T1, T2, T3 running concurrently, and the operations are interleaved. So that's why we call this as concurrent schedule. You all know that schedules can even be designed as serial schedules. Now, what do you mean by serial schedule? If we have three transactions, T1, T2, T3, if these are the three transactions, then we can decide that let T1 run first entirely. So there will be no other transaction disturbing T1. Then maybe T2 runs entirely, and finally T3 runs. Now you can see all the transactions are completed, T1, T2, T3, but there was no interleaving here. So this is called as serial schedule. We are having same transactions, T1, T2, T3 written on the left, but on the left hand side we have a concurrent schedule, and on the right hand side we have serial schedule. You all will agree that this is not the only serial schedule that we can design. For instance, for the given same schedule S, we have three transactions, T1, T2, T3, as you all know. We can let T2 start first, completing its operations. Then we can let T1 start and complete all its operations. And finally, T3. Now again observe, all the transactions are over and there was no concurrency over here. So this is another serial schedule possible. As we have seen in the earlier videos, that if we have three transactions, T1, T2, T3, then we can have three factorial serial schedules possible. Correct? Let us number these transactions as 1, 2, 3. So first serial schedule possible is let T1 run first, then T2, then T3. Or we can say 1, 3, 2. Let transaction 1 run first completely, then transaction 3, and then transaction 2. Or we can say 2, 1, 3, or 2, 3, 1, or 3, 1, 2, or 3, 2, 1. But that's all. These are the 6 possible serial schedules. Okay. Now, what are we learning in serializability is, listen carefully. If the given concurrent schedule, this is the given concurrent schedule, this is the given concurrent schedule. If this schedule given is equivalent, check the words, if this is equivalent to one of the serial schedules, you know there are 6 serial schedules possible. If this concurrent schedule is equivalent to one of the serial schedules, then we say this concurrent schedule observes serializability. Serializability. Okay? I repeat, if this given concurrent schedule is equivalent to one of the serial schedules, any one serial schedule, you know there are 6 serial schedules possible. If it is equivalent to one of the serial schedules, then we say this concurrent schedule observes serializability, and we say this concurrent schedule is serializable. Serializable. Again, when is concurrent schedule serializable? If that concurrent schedule is equivalent to one of the serial schedules. But what do you mean by equivalent? That's what we are going to learn in the coming videos. There are three types of equivalences, but from GATE point of view, we are going to learn two major type of equivalences. The type of equivalences we will learn is conflict equivalent and view equivalent. So we say, just check this, although we don't know meaning of this, we say given a concurrent schedule, I'll write in short concurrent schedule S. Okay, S. If this concurrent schedule S is equivalent to some serial schedule, of course made of the same transactions which S is made up of. So if S is made up of three transactions T1, T2, T3, then using those three transactions T1, T2, T3, we will get some serial schedules. And if this S is equivalent to some serial schedule, then the concurrent schedule S is serializable, we say. Serializable. But what is the meaning of equivalent? There are two types of equivalences. Okay. The first type of equivalence is known as conflict equivalence. Conflict equivalence. So we can prove that concurrent schedule S is conflict equivalent to some serial schedule. To some serial schedule. Don't worry. We are going to learn what do you mean by conflict equivalent. But once you prove this, that this concurrent schedule S is conflict equivalent to some serial schedule, then you can announce that this S, the concurrent schedule, is serializable. Look what we are doing indeed. By proving that this concurrent schedule is equivalent, that's the word, isn't it? Equivalent to some serial schedule. We are saying that this concurrent schedule is as good as the serial schedule. It is same as the serial schedule because we are saying it is equivalent. And you know, serial schedules always give consistent result. Serial schedules always give consistent result. That is correct result. But concurrent schedules may not give correct results. Why? Due to write-write conflict, read-write conflict. You have seen that in past chapters. But then, if we find that this concurrent schedule S is equivalent to one of the serial schedules, then this concurrent schedule is as good as serial schedule, and this also will give consistent result. That is correct result. So we can really accept this concurrent schedule without any worries. And the second type of equivalence is called view equivalence, that we will be learning in GATE course. View equivalence, I'll write in short. So given a concurrent schedule S, this is concurrent schedule. If we are able to prove that this is view equivalent to some serial schedule, then that's it. This concurrent schedule will give consistent answer. This will give correct answer. And we can really accept this concurrent schedule, and without any worries we can say that this will be giving us the correct answer. But what do you mean by conflict equivalent and what do you mean by view equivalent? We will be noting it in the coming videos. But this video was all about telling you about what do you mean by serializability. To end the video, once again the definition. Given a concurrent schedule, if we are able to prove that this concurrent schedule is equivalent to one of the serial schedules by either conflict equivalence or view equivalence, then we say this concurrent schedule written on the left is serializable. And serializable schedules are good because they always give consistent result, correct result, because they are equivalent to one of the serial schedules. Thank you very much.